Hi, my name is JJ. Welcome or welcome back. It is Tag Tuesday, and today I am doing the Booktuber Name Tag. And this was created by Aaron Read a Book. And so, or probably Aaron read a book. So anyway, this tag is essentially he did a bunch of booktuber names, and then he matched them with a prompt to kind of go with that name. So I would suggest that you also go and check out these booktubers and take a look at them, and also I gotta enjoy the prompts. So I was tagged by Saracen at Saracen Salute. So the first one is Violette's book daze. So a book that left you in a daze, or a book that takes place over only a few days. So I chose two that left me in a daze. Nobody's Girl by Virginia Roberts Juffe, and Know My Name by Chanel Miller. These both were very hard to read, but also very empowering. Nobody's Girl was one of the survivors of all the Epstein stuff. And then Know My Name is also from a survivor. And they're also, like I said, very inspirational because they fought and tried to get justice for themselves. And just the idea that there are people like that standing up and fighting. It's inspiring, but it also, they are very hard reads. So number two, Sailing Through Books. So a book with a boat on the cover or sailing in it. So I guess not sailing, but with ships, and I don't have the cover with me, but it does have a ship on the cover, so I'm counting that. And that's Endurance by Alfred Lansing, and that is about the endurance expectation with Shackleton that went down to Antarctica, and then basically they had to abandon ship because it got frozen in the ice, and then their ship sank, and they were stuck in Antarctica, and had to try to survive and find a way off to get help. It's one of my favorite nonfiction, but it's also one of my favorite things to learn about in history. Number three, this is at the reading hour, and it's short, fast read that you can finish in one setting. And I'm always going to recommend Address Unknown by Catherine Cressman Taylor. Number four, At Books Do Things to Me. And this is a book that hit you hard emotionally, and this can be any emotion. One of the hardest books that I've ever read, and I had to take a lot of breaks, and I still don't even know how I feel about it, just because it was such a tragic moment, but also almost really hard experience reading it, was The Painted Bird by Jerzy Kosinski. And that is a small boy essentially during World War II, who, they're trying to extinguish the Jews, but also the Romai people. And it's not quite indicated which one he is, but he has gone through some very, very tragic and horrible things, and it's about how close innocence is to absolute tragedy and horribleness, and how he has to toe the line between still being a child but having experienced the worst mankind has to offer. Number 5 at Genteel Black Hole. This is a book that pulled you into a subject or a favorite Terry Pratchett book. Honestly, I'm not a very big fan of Terry Pratchett. I just don't enjoy his humor too much. I'm not much of a humor writer or reader. So one that pulled me into a subject, not so much a subject, but Count of Monte Cristo was the first classic that I read that made me love classics and want to read more. So I'm going to include that as pulling me into something. But along that lines, once I started reading classics, I read War and Peace right after, along with Tale of Two Cities, Les Mis, and essentially I was trying to understand the Napoleon era and all that entailed from the different views. So from France, from England, and from Russia. And so I guess that would be kind of a subject, because then I grew fascinated with Napoleon and that timeline. Number 6, RiffRaff's Reading Renaissance. So this is at RiffRaff's Reads, and it's a book with a character from the lower social class or a book set during the Renaissance. So for lower social class, I'm going to go with Great Expectations by Dickens, but also North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell. Number 7, at Sterling Reads, Reading with Quaker Cats. And so a book with a silver cover or a shiny cover. I'm sorry, my writing is horrible, so it was hard to read. So I picked a shining cover, and this is one that I actually haven't read yet. I actually used this for another prompt that involved like a shiny cover and stuff. So this is The Last Tiger, and this is about siblings. I guess not siblings, but people during the colonized lands, and it's set in Korean history. So I do want to read that. It has been on my book. I just keep it within reach, so it's always available for these prompts as well, but I do want to read that one soon. Number 8, Big Hard Books and Classics at Hardbooks 770. So your favorite hardback you own or your favorite classic. So one of my favorite hardbacks is also a classic, and it could have also been one of the shiny books or one with a ship on the cover, but I chose it for this one. It's obviously Count of Monte Cristo. Number 10, The Book Thing, a book with a the blank blank in the title, and I picked Raymond Chandler's The Big Sleep. And then number 11, the book that matches your own channel name or a channel you love. So my channel name, the Bookworm Blacksmith, I chose 2 types of books. So the one being a recent read, The Badass Librarians of Timbuktu, for my bookworm aspect of it, and then The Civil War of Amos Abernathy for the blacksmith aspect of it. It's one of the more, probably one of the only books that I know that I've read that actually features blacksmithing in the book. So it is a historical reenactment, like these young kids go and do these reenactments during Civil War times, but also like 1800s, where they do have blacksmithings, blacksmith like forges and stuff. And so one of the girls who does these reenactments, she's a black girl who is obsessed with becoming the first girl and first black person who gets to be an apprentice in the blacksmith shop, and she has to work really hard to prove that she knows how to use the Forge, in that there were people like her within history. But it's also a book that where the main character is a gay boy, and he's trying to find people like him in history, and finds a trans soldier in the Civil War. And so he kind of writes to him back and forth for advice, and kind of keeping up to date with his life, and kind of keeping him alive. So I guess those are the books. So those are the last of the prompts. And then this is kind of an older tag, so I don't know how many people have already done it, but if you haven't, do it. It's fun. And then if you get a chance, at least, check out those tags, or the people who are tagged, all those different Booktube channels. You can always find different contact there, and find your new favorite books. Anyway, as always, happy reading. Thank you.